All right, we should be live. Let's make sure can you guys hear me? I'm on a delay. Here we go. All right. All right, we are good. So what's up, guys? I was gonna do this yesterday, but only got like 4 hours of sleep. Yesterday, I tried to take a nap and I couldn't sleep. I just lay there for 2 hours. Um, so yeah, staying up to 2 o'clock to talk with Jill was a bad idea. So I had to be up at 6:45 to get my daughter around for school, and um, me and Frustrated Atheist stayed on for a little while after we went off air and kind of talked about a podcast we're thinking about doing. We'll probably be hashing that out. My schedule is going to be changing um, fairly soon, and so is his. So we're going to be hashing that out. I meant to don't blow your brains off with the YouTubing. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay and see me okay. It appears so. Um, so yeah, I want to talk about that debate. I was really aggravated going into it. I don't know if you could tell I was tired. I'm trying to stay up later because I'm going to be starting third shift on February 10th. And it's been a couple years since I've done that. So I'm trying to stay up later. I was a little tired. I was talking shit to him in the chat. Watching it back, I watched it back this morning, or maybe it was yesterday morning. I can't remember at this point. And I think I did fairly well. There was a couple things I wasn't satisfied with myself about. And it's mainly, I think sometimes I'm a little too passionate, and I should really let people make their points. And I'm going to try to get better at that. But I think I pretty much handled them well. And if there's anything that I say that you guys don't think I'm right about, please inform me. I will check it out and I will let you know if I agree or I don't agree. And I'm going to talk about something with that. And I'm not going to call out the person that gave me this comment. Although I am hoping one commenter is here. I told him to show up. I don't see him. He had a lot of questions for me. But one comment I got, and it is about something that I might be wrong about, and I'm going to look into it, and I want to see more feedback about it. At least I can debate. I've been debating for a long time, and debating religion is new to me, and I think that's why I get so passionate about it. And I wasn't like that so much with Matt as I have been with evolution and Jill. But one thing that was pointed out to me, and I want to talk about is the names. What's up, Matt Powell? I was actually gonna. So before we talk about the name thing, you're here, so I have an interesting idea. But I'm sure you're here for a reason. So, what's going on, man? If I put your name and if I change the title of this broadcast, I'll get more views. What's up, Matt Powell? You're making time to come and talk to Nakasuchi. I think I have a proposition for you, but what's up, man? It is you, isn't it, Matt? Well, I mean, honestly, Matt, I'm not really that angry anymore. And I put that out there. I mean, I did push out the last couple videos, but I made those when I was still pissed off. I made all of those videos the day that I went on Surrey's show the first time. And I was really pissed off because I was getting some blowback from the atheist community for your representation of me. And the only thing I'm really upset about is the misrepresentation. And if you want to address that, I mean, I don't want to do it, in with you in the chat. I would rather do it face to face. So, my proposition would be like, let's me and you go on neutral ground together. I'm thinking, Skylar. I've only did the show with Skylar once, and he had to leave after about an hour. But I know he's talking about a new show. Like, I was thinking maybe we could go on his new show, maybe a show like Non Sequitur. I'm not sure. And we can talk. The only thing I would really want to talk to you about is just a misrepresentation. You continue to insist you don't misrepresent me. But you did, and then you went on Skylar Fiction and lied about me again, and lied about something I said. I never said that I thought the universe has a mind of its own. I spat out a possibility to your absolute. You know this. And I mean, if you're here to troll, I mean, I've pretty much shown that I've won that debate, man. I mean, it is all perspective, and I try to leave that up for my viewers to decide. But I've proven that, in order for you to make you look like you won, you did misedit me, and you did, lie in your movie. I mean, I've proven that. So, I mean, if you have to do that to make yourself look like you won, I mean, that tells me that deep down inside, you didn't win that debate. You got handled. I've shown you got handled. So, I mean, if you're going to come here and talk shit, I'm offering you a chance to clear your name. But we can go on a neutral ground. And we can do this face to face, and it doesn't have to be in a chat room behind a keyboard like, a fucking coward would. Or you can come on. I'll shoot you a link right now. You can come on here and talk to me right now if you'd like. So, I mean, I'll put off what I was going to talk about, because I mean, I got time. I mean, if you would like to address how you misedited me, I mean, how you wasn't a genuine person, that's the only thing I'm really upset. You're going to be who you are. I'm not mad at you as a human being. Human beings are human beings. Human beings are inherently shady. Some of us strive to overcome that nature. You just do a really shitty job about it. You're right. It's not about who won about the debate. It is about the truth. So fess up. I mean, I've proven it, Matt. I showed unedited versions where you cut in answers. How do you explain that? Did God do it? Did Yahweh come down and edit your movie? Yeah, I'm more than willing to hear your side of the story. Matt Powell. I mean, if you don't want to come on my channel, I will reach out to Skylar Fiction. I will reach out to the Non Sequitur show. We can go on Sarah's channel. I'll reach out to him. Wherever you would like to do it. I'm sure that we can make it work. And I'm more than willing to do so. What do you have to say to that, Matt Powell? I mean, you're here. Don't be shy. Well, I'm more than willing to do it, and I'll see if you answer. But I'm gonna talk about what I was gonna talk about since you got me sidetracked. The name thing. All right, so I made a point, and I'm not sure. I might be wrong about this. Somebody did point out that Jewish names do seem to change, and my perspective is this. If a name changes, isn't that like the person's real choice to kind of change it to the culture they're going? Like I don't know. I see foreign broadcasts, every once in a while. If I want the Islamic perspective, I'll watch Al Jazeera or some shit like that. And, they'll be speaking in Arabic, and I'm watching the real shit, and, or they'll have the like translations on the bottom and shit, and it'll have like that real Aramaic or whatever the fuck it is. And when it comes to an American name, it's not translated into Aramaic. It's Ricky Wilson, My point with the names is it isn't really important, but I do want to know if I'm right, because I never want to be wrong with an argument. So like I was saying, if Matt, I see you haven't responded yet, so I'm going to keep rolling. Um, I want to be accurate. So, I don't claim to know everything. I've read a lot of books. My old schooling gets mixed up with some of the new stuff I've learned. I get shit crossed up all the time. So if I'm wrong about something, point it out. I'm going to look into it. I wanted to see what other people think about it. But the point about the names really isn't that. I mean, it was an obvious marketing technique to get white people into their religion and to pretend to be otherwise. And that's where I was trying to go with that. To pretend that it's anything otherwise is disingenuous. And I mean, better. Come on, don't bring that shit to me. So, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Come on, Matt Powell, man, Matt, you popped in. You made the chat interesting. Are you still here? Are you? I mean, can I add you? Matt Powell? Are you still here? Oh, you're still here. Why aren't you responding? Jesus is the truth. Well, see, that's not a response. If Jesus is the truth, then come bring the truth. And I mean, are you afraid? I mean, to me, it would seem like if I was misrepresenting you in any way, I'm giving you a chance to prove your case. It would seem to me if you had nothing, if you had the truth on your side, Matt Powell, that you would be jumping. Oh, you're at work right now. But I mean, why aren't you jumping at this opportunity? This sounds right up your alley. Don't be a coward. Don't be a coward, Matt Powell. I mean, oh, it's so sweet, Matt. It's so sweet. I'm so glad you stopped by. But I want to, that invitation's out. You know what? I'm going to reach out to some people and we'll see if people think this is a good idea. To give you a chance to come on and explain, why you were a disingenuous little piece of fucking shit, why you can't be an honest broker. If you're gonna present an argument and you want to win an argument, Matt, you need to be an honest broker of that argument. Don't be a little cunt. Don't be a little bitch. Be a man. Own up to what you did, or shut the fuck up. Seriously, man. Did you see what I mean? I've given you chance after chance, and you still went on Skylar and lied. I mean, at this point, you are a joke, Matt. The only people that follow you or have any faith in you are these fundamental little fucktards that you have hoodwinked into thinking you're something you're not. So go back to work. Go back to work, because this right here, this ain't for you. This ain't for you. Okay. Let's go on. I do have a really interesting rest of the week. Still, I mean, some of these things are still tentative, but hold up, guys. I'm gonna open up my door so I can blow this smoke out my door. That's right over here, and I'm gonna turn on the light because it seems like there's light now, but it's Michigan, and in about 15 minutes it's gonna be pitch dark outside. So just 1 second. All right. So I have a pretty interesting week coming up. Here, let's show that. I'm going to get better at looking at the chat, guys. So if I don't see something and you're asking me something directly, just keep asking until I see it. Yell in caps or something. I'm going to get better at this chat thing. I'm not used to looking at a live chat as I'm doing anything. So, it's all an adaptation. It's the more I do it, the better I'm going to get. But I really like this. I'm willing to come in for a minute. Oh, you want to come in right now? All right. I am going to shoot the link to your email, Matt Powell. This little chat got a whole lot more interesting, didn't it? All right. A second. All right. The link is sent, Matt Powell. I should talk shit more often. That works, doesn't it? But I'm going to be cordial. I promised that when I first started offering this invitation out to Matt. And the one thing you have to say about Matt is he's not scared, usually. Mm-hmm. Wow, this got a lot more interesting than what I had planned for you guys. So sometimes it's good being the raging atheist. Sometimes not so good. But the invitation, the link is sent. Yeah, so we're gonna see what Matt has to say, and I'm gonna give you every chance to say what you want to say. I'll try not to cut you off. I'm bad about that, so we'll. What's up, Ujita? Just in time. Matt Powell's on his way in. We're gonna have ourselves a little chat. All right, what's up, Cameron Lawrence? What's up, Will Daly? This one guy. Darth Lisa's still here. What's up, guys? No, please come in. You're not interrupting me, Matt. You're not interrupting me at all. I didn't have much major. I was just going to announce what I was going to do, talk to my audience for a little while, whoever shows up. People will usually pop in and out during these things. It's usually more people than I know about because I get out and there's like 77 views and I'm like, I thought there was like 8 people. So, all right, make sure to check it out. Hopefully he comes in. Matt, you can come in. You're not interrupting me at all. I am wide open till 6 o'clock when I have to start preparing dinner for my daughter. We go on a pretty strict. All right. What's up, Matt Powell?
Hey, how you doing, Ronnie? Or Nagasuchi?
I'm pretty good, man. And it's okay. You're fine. You can call me Ronnie. It's pretty much out there now.
Thanks, man. I wanted to, kind of wanted to have this conversation with you off air, but this is, I suppose this is okay. This is probably going to be beneficial for your viewers and you. So.
Well, I was going to do it on a neutral ground. The thing about off air is that you slandered me on air.
Yeah, I don't know how that could be. I'm just being as straightforward and as honest as I can with everything that went down. I try my best to be a representative of Jesus Christ, and to be honest, like, it was just a shock when he started putting out these videos, and I started seeing them and I finally just subscribed and hit the bell and just decided to listen to them. But shucks, man, you get pretty worked up.
Well, sorry, that's kind of my persona. And when I made those videos, I was in an emotional state. But like I said, I was fine with our first conversation, although I am kind of finding out what you did with that first conversation now, and I'm a little kind of pissed off about that too, but that's a different story. I'm going to be dealing with Guzman and some of the things he said. At first I just thought you put out your little propaganda video, and I'm like, that's cool. It's not a real misrepresentation. It's just a little snippet of a very long conversation, but that's what you wanted to do. But then I started seeing some of your younger followers and their pages, and holy shit, there's my conversation. So edited, I'm sure I haven't watched them yet. But the thing about the movie is it's, you could have been honest. Like you didn't have to. You have to know that those edits were disingenuous. If you had done an honest portrayal, Matt, and maybe just did the the natural cuts to where you just kind of didn't show all of my answer. That's one thing, but the blatant dishonesty, in part two, I found just two of them. So I'm sure if I went through the movie, I'd find a lot more. But where you cut in answers from a different part of the conversation, that's disingenuous, and that's what I am upset about. And then it slandered me in my community that I'm trying to be introduced to. Do you not understand that people saw that and they're like, who the fuck is this idiot? And when, if you really look at that conversation, and you can say that you won, like I said, it's not about, I usually leave that up to the viewers. The participants in any debate is going to think that they won that debate. Nobody's going to think, oh shit, man, I just really sucked. It's up to the viewers. So I try to present accurate depictions. I don't, even with the first conversation, when I broke it up to like 8 or 9 different parts, Matt, I broke it up honestly. And I did. I mean, if you watched them, I did. I broke it up honestly. I did come in and interject and did my commentary, but I never edited it. That conversation. I've never misrepresented you in that way, but you did with me. So what do you have to say to that?
Well, I just want to say that, I'm more than happy to offer you, and I know I've offered you the footage before, but
the footage, it's already out. The movie's out now. So, I mean, you can't take that back. You can't go back and make a.
Well, I'm not saying, I don't personally think that anything was misedited at all, but that's just me. I mean, I took time to really examine and make sure that everything that you said was accurate, that everything that I said was accurate. And
Matt, I proved it. I mean, I put your edit right next to the actual unedited cut, and it was different parts of the conversation that you threw into it. And one of the questions wasn't even a question. You had went on to make a longer statement, so it wasn't even a question. You broke the statement in half and then threw in an answer from a different part of the conversation.
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, there's certain times where I would ask you a question twice. The same question.
But Matt, no, I proved it. No, you didn't. I mean, come on now. I proved. You're saying the exact same thing.
Well, you're just.
I mean, it's the exact same thing, Matt. It's the exact same thing. It's not another question asked. It's not. No, it's the exact same words. You just stopped it instead of going on with what you finished saying and threw in an answer when there wasn't an answer. I mean, there's no way to wiggle your way out of this one, buddy.
I'm trying not to interrupt you because I know this is your panel, so I don't want to be disrespectful, but I just want to say, like, I don't think there was any instance, and this is just me personally, that there was any instance where you would have been misrepresented. And here's the thing. I mean, a lot of the stuff that you were saying was accurate in the sense of most atheists do believe in what you were saying.
No.
For example, for example, the part where you were talking about, there could have been a universal mind pulling the strings of evolution, or maybe we came from the stars. There are people that believe that.
Name one atheist that believes that.
Richard Dawkins.
When and how did he say that?
Yeah. Well, Richard Dawkins said, and I quote,
because I pretty much made that shit up, dude.
Well, I think you did a fine job representing the atheists. I mean, and for them to throw you under the bus, wasn't very nice.
Actually, since the atheist community is learning the truth, they've been very open to me. I'm meeting new atheists every day. I've actually received a very warm response because I put the truth out there. I didn't just let you railroad me.
Well, I never tried to railroad you. I was just trying to be as straightforward and as honest as I possibly could. I just turned 23, man, and I know you're getting older too, and ultimately we're stuck together on this earth, whether we like it or not. And I just want us to make the best of things. And if you feel that I misrepresented you, or if you can prove that I did somehow, like I would repent. I would make a change.
I did,
but I just don't see. I guess maybe I'm going to have to watch these videos a couple times before I see it.
It's called Proof Matt Powell Lied on Me in his movie, and I put your movie in there. I didn't touch your movie. I just clipped it, and then I put it next to the actual conversation.
I have a question then.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. Why are so many people, even in the atheist community, commenting on the debate itself? I mean, I could read off not hundreds, well, yeah, probably hundreds of comments of people, even in the atheist community, on the debate itself, saying, "Hey, this is, you got utterly destroyed by a creationist." And you know what? I don't think either of us destroyed each other. I think that there were certain times where maybe you might have had a decent point on some random thing, and I might have had a good point somewhere. But ultimately, to me,
So you're talking about people commenting on your atheists that are commenting on your movie that
no,
are,
your
are
stuff.
commenting based. No, not because, dude, I see every single one of my comments, and what you're saying right now is false.
There's comments on your channel. I've
On my
taken.
channel, I've had one or two, and then usually I call those people out and they admit that they're Christian, not atheist. Just like it happened today.
That's interesting.
It happened today.
Yeah.
But there's been like a couple of them, but
Well,
like the majority of the people that have actually watched it, Matt.
right.
No, I mean, when I say majority, I know you don't like these statistics, but I'm talking like 99.9% have, I mean, outside of what few people that you might be sending or who might be trying to defend you and pretending to be something they're not. Most of the genuine comments have been actually on my shit. Fucking awesome. So if you're talking, you have hundreds of comments for my channel. I mean, you're just telling another lie.
Well, I mean, I'm happy for you in the sense that your channel's growing, and
and I do have you to thank for that. I do, because since I started covering you, shit, I've doubled in subscribers, and it's you. I mean, you dig your own hole, but I mean, this is really not being productive right now. You're not really answering. So maybe I should have set up a situation. So answer me this, Matt. Will you go on a neutral site and you can bring what your evidence you want to bring about how I've misrepresented you in any way, and I'll bring what evidence I will bring about how you misrepresented me, and we'll go on a neutral site and we'll hash it out there, and I'll present those clips to you.
Well, if you want to do that, I mean, out of respect for you, I suppose I would, but I'd just appreciate it if you'd quit, calling me names. I mean, like literally in every one of your videos, like, and it's not that it bothers me. I mean, it just gets old. And,
okay, I'll make this agreement with you. I will stop doing that. I'll stop making videos on you altogether until I won't agree after. But I will not talk about you again until I can set it up with a neutral site and you agree, and we do that. I won't make a single video. If you're agreeing to do that right now, I will definitely make that agreement. When it comes to the name calling, I'm just really trying to make you see just how disingenuous and hurtful it is to misrepresent somebody. It's not, if you, like I said, if it was an honest depiction, man, I wouldn't be angry about it at all. But it's not, and like you said, you've seen hundreds of comments, not on my channel, but I'm assuming probably from atheists that have watched your movie, and that's proving my point right there, is that you have slandered me in the community that I'm trying to become a part of.
Well, I'm sorry that it appears that way. I mean, but here's the thing, man. Like, I got to tell you, I've been in debates before. And I'm not the best debater by any means, by any stretch. But, I've been in debates before where, I haven't done the greatest, but I know that deep down inside that the people that I debate against, like, I'll give you an example. One time I was debating an atheist. It was the first ever debate that I did online. And I didn't do the greatest, but the Christians really, really rallied around me, and they tried to help me. And
Matt, you're not the first. Matt,
but here's the thing.
I've been debating for quite a long time now. I'm new to debating religion, because that's something I stayed away from. But I've been debating politics, and I've been a very large part of the Democratic Party here in Michigan.
Well, I have a question for you, man.
What's up?
Okay, I have a couple questions, and I don't want this to turn into a debate, because to be honest, I don't like debating people. I mean, it's not my thing. I'll do it, but it's just not, to me, like, you don't really get anywhere. But let me ask you this. If the God of the Bible, Jesus, truly did exist and he truly did die for you and took your place, would you believe in him if he was real in the sense that you would believe him?
All right.
Would you?
And I'm going to answer this as honestly as I can. If I had evidence that he existed, I would believe him. Yes, I would. I mean, if I had evidence that Jesus existed, if I had evidence that Yahweh existed, I would believe that they existed. But if they prove to be what is represented in not only the Holy Bible but the Quran, then I will not follow them.
Okay. So even if it's the truth, even if Jesus, he said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life," you wouldn't follow the truth.
I would not follow that morality.
Even though that morality may be the truth and what God has ordained.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is if it's the truth, like if Yahweh is true and Jesus is true, but they've just been misrepresented by the zealots that have come after them, I would follow them. But how they're depicted in the Bible, if the things that you believe, if the law requires the death of homosexuals, for instance, or the stoning of a woman, then I cannot follow that being. And if that requires eternal damnation, I would take eternal damnation instead of sacrificing my morality.
Well, here's the thing: you don't have to necessarily believe in like the reprobate doctrine or very extreme things that I would believe in to be a Christian.
Well, and I don't think so. I will give you that because I have been introduced to the atheist community, like I said, and one of the guys I've been following is Dr. Josh. And I know you know who he is because he's on Skylar. And one of the things he says, and he seems to be a fairly expert on this, and I didn't see this from him directly. I saw this on Non Sequitur, but they were talking about him, and he says that it doesn't really condemn homosexuality in the Bible. It really condemns particular instances. But we could talk about that, but that would be a debate.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. Let's step into our discussion we had a while back.
Okay.
And let's not necessarily duplicate that, but I have a couple of questions for you because I really and I want to say this, man. Like, this may mean nothing to you, but my friends and I, we all really liked you when we met you. We actually really got along.
If you liked me, Matt, you wouldn't have lied about me, dude. You wouldn't have done that. I mean,
I just want to say, I completely disagree. You're going to have to provide proof of this.
We'll leave that for that neutral site. Yeah, go ahead.
Leave that for that. Yeah, but I just want to say, we thought you were an okay dude, and my little brothers seemed to just that they weren't trying to be pompous in any way. They just really cared for you, and I can tell that you, to an extent, care for other people. And
I care for everybody. I even you guys. I mean, I really hope, and I don't hope, my hope for you guys isn't that you come out of Christianity. It's just that you find peace within yourselves and get rid of all this hatred.
Well, I will say this. I have a lot, ever since I've come to know Christ, I've had a lot of peace, and, God, my life has been great, and I can't imagine what it would be like without him. So it's difficult to put myself in your shoes. I've done that before, where I've put myself in other people's shoes, and it's like, man, I'd be a miserable dude without the Lord. But I guess some of my questions, if God does not exist, are you convinced that God does not exist?
Pretty much. I do make room, and I just had a talk with Cyrus about this because I wanted to know myself, and even if I proved to be if Cyrus would have told me that I was an agnostic and all that, I still would call myself the raging atheist. I would still embrace the atheist, but I would seriously look at it. But even he agreed with my line of logic on that. I do make room for the possibility of God. That being said, I don't think that that's the answer. I don't. I think that I think that every single one of those crazy possibilities I spouted out in response to your absolute stern, both of our conversations, is far more likely than God.
Okay. So you believe that 4.6 billion years ago.
Sorry, Matt. I'm almost done, guys. I know I can't get the Chantix until I start working again. So, and I hate doing it on here. Every time I'm like, I'm not going to smoke when I'm online, and I do it every time. So I'm sorry, but go ahead, Matt.
Well, I was just going to ask, with regards to the origin of life and abiogenesis, do you really believe that, and Skylar was at least honest enough to admit this, and sometimes it's hard to talk to people about this because this is a touchy subject, but I mean, do you believe that you came from a rock long ago and far away?
Well, I think Skylar answered that perfectly. I mean, when you say we came from a rock, and I think Skylar really addressed it head on, because when you present this argument, Matt, this is why people have disdain. Because maybe you don't recognize how insulting it is, because you're pretty much calling our worldview this pond scum to man type of worldview, and it's just not accurate. There is science behind it, and it's
don't we come from pond scum?
Dude, we
technically.
I don't know what are you talking about?
Well, I mean, if evolution's true and we all came from a single cell, technically, isn't that pond scum that we come from?
Pond scum is pond scum. A single-celled organism is a single-celled organism. They're quite different.
But the single-celled organism originated, according to the textbooks, in this soup.
So, I'm not sure about that. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're not. I don't fucking know. As far as I understood, I think the first celled organisms was on a very hot planet that had very little water. It was more water coming from it, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure.
Well, let me ask you this.
I don't know anything about abiogenesis. That's something completely new to me.
Well, let me ask you this. You would at least agree with me that, something outside of time, space, and matter brought time, space, and matter into being. You'd at least agree on that, right?
I don't know. That's the answer I've always given you. And dude, you don't know. I mean, this whole thing of time, space, matter, and that's for people that is far smarter than me and you. What I know is that I don't think that if Yahweh was there pulling the strings of time, space, and matter, Matt, he's not such a douchebag that he's going to hate his own creations. He's not going to instill sin into mankind for reasons, and then create a system that's imperfect to rectify that. And then once he creates that system, rectifies that, sacrifices himself, the world has only progressed into what you would call more sin. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay. So that wasn't really, I mean, that's sort of an answer, but it's not the answer that if you sincerely don't know, then you sincerely don't know, and that's fine. But is it rational to say that time, space, and matter just created time, space, and matter? Or wouldn't it be? I mean, even if you don't,
I've never said
if you don't
that.
know what
so you're straw manning me. I've never said that. But I'm not saying that that's not what happened. What I'm saying, Matt, is that you guys put these words into our mouths to make the actual arguments seem ludicrous. But if you just thought about your own, you would see the ludicrousness of your own arguments.
Well, I believe in the beginning God. You believe in the beginning dirt, or abiogenesis without intelligence. I mean, and you're saying that what I believe in is ludicrous. I think that it takes way more faith to believe that 1 out of 100,000 million chances happen without intelligence. And let me ask you this. If you just type in on Google, what are the chances of a functional protein existing by chance, you're going to get a number that says 10 to the 164th power. So that's 164 zeros after it. So we're talking within the trillions for just one functional protein. There's trillions of functional proteins in the world. And so these things all have to come into being simultaneously, and these numbers have to hit up simultaneously. And so let me ask you this. If Stephen Hawking said, and I quote, we are a mathematical impossibility, then wouldn't that require an intelligence to bring these things into being? And again, I'm just trying to be as honest as I can.
Requires the particular word there. No, it doesn't require. I mean, but I mean, you threw out a lot of numbers, and that's one of the things you do to try to deflect. Let me ask you this: is God perfect?
Absolutely.
So now I'm trying to understand what kind of what your worldview is when it comes to God and Jesus. Do they see everything that's going to happen? Like in the book of life, do they know everything that's going to happen?
Yeah.
So so they knew that people were going to be gay.
Right.
At the creation, and they knew that they weren't going to like that. So why did they allow that to happen? If they just, I mean, if he's perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. I asked you if he's perfect.
That's a great question.
Perfection is perfection. So I mean,
Right. Yeah, that's a great question. So, two answers in response to that question, just to kind of help you see this. Um, and we would not know what hot is, for example, if we didn't know what cold is. We wouldn't know what positive is if we didn't know what negative is. And I told a guy one time, hey, if you're seeking a wife and you only saw ugly ladies, how would you know what beautiful is? So we have to have both sides to understand each other. And so in order to understand God's love, we have to be able to understand the element of pain and suffering, number one. So God created this world, yes, knowing we would fall, but loved us enough to make a way and make us a choice and give us a choice. You can't have good unless the concept of evil exists, number
but
one.
so
And
so
then
can I
go ahead.
ask you real quick? But the
Well, I can
choice.
answer it.
So if we have a choice, but he knows everything that's going to happen already, is that a choice?
Yeah, and here's the answer to that question, which I was going to provide to you. Um, let's say, for example, I'm in the military or something, and my sergeant knows I'm standing in line by my sergeant. My sergeant knows what I'm going to wear the following day. He knows exactly what clothes I'm going to put on because I have to wear that uniform for that day. Um, and then I go the next day to put on this uniform. I still have the choice to put on a different uniform, but the drill sergeant already knows. It doesn't violate my free will. I still have to make that choice. And so the drill sergeant knows plenty ahead of time what I'm going to be wearing, but I still had to make that choice and go into that closet and choose which uniform I was going to wear. So with regards to free will, that's exactly how things work out. And God's given every man a choice. And
So let's get off of this. I mean, all right, that really wasn't an answer, but like
is that a bad
we could say
comparison?
these discussions for um. I mean, I have something that's really just kind of been itching at me, and this is another thing that I've been kind of really. It makes me emotional. Um, these children that you're putting out there, you have them saying horrible stuff, man. I mean, can you feel proud about yourself for what you're doing? I mean, honestly, I'm asking you as a human being. I mean, I wanted to get into this debate with you because I mean, I am glad that you came on, and it shows. I mean, it shows some gumption, but dude, this has been about fucking bothering me. Like, can what you're doing to these kids? It is disgusting, man. It is disgusting, and
Well, what have I done?
that you're putting them out there. You're putting videos on YouTube's of 12 years olds talking about reprobate faggots, Matt. 12-year-olds.
Well, that's not me. I mean, they were raised in a Christian
You
home.
put it on your channel, and you brought them to your church to speak to your church. You
Right.
bragged about it on Skylar Fiction about what you were doing the day before. That's what you was bragging about. You was proud of it. What I'm asking you right now, and we'll save the rest of it for that neutral site that you said you go on. But I'm about to get into Guzman, and I'm really trying to figure out how I'm going to go at this kid. It's a very,
Well,
very sensitive subject for me.
when you say that you believe in morals, I mean, I can understand your frustration. And at one point in my life, I was frustrated just like you are. And it was actually about the time that I lost my best friend in a motorcycle accident. And he was just a little bit younger than I am now. He was 22. He was turning 23, and now he's gone. And to be honest, I've come to realize that God's ways are not my ways, and his thoughts are not my thoughts. So I'm going to submit to God no matter what. But when it comes to this, and I'll try to answer this the best I can for you here, back in the 1960s, our country, and even in the 90s, had no problem calling these people that, were homos or whatever. They had no problem just calling them out. And in fact, the police handbook in 1961 warns people that these
And
homos, they're
this,
known to be pedophiles
Matt, if I
and
can
molesters of
interject, this is
children.
exactly why more than half the country stands in opposition to the MAGA bullshit. We're not trying to go back there. We have progressed. We have progressed. People are people. And you have 12-year-olds promoting hatred.
Well, the suicide rates have actually gone up. You're saying that things are getting better. Suicide rates are skyrocketing right now,
Because
especially.
of guns, which people like you stop every fucking discussion about. Because of guns, Matt, is the only reason that suicide rates are up.
That's
Because
that's
this
like
country
blaming that's like
has
blaming the spoon for making the kid fat. I
no.
mean,
That's
ultimately,
blaming the tool they're using, Matt. That's blaming the tool they're using. It's blaming the access to the tool they're using. It's a completely legitimate argument.
so what's your point? Why are you so frustrated?
Because if you can't understand why I'm frustrated, why anybody will be frustrated with that, Matt, I mean, you really need to think about the route you're taking. Now, there is freedom of religion in this country. There is, but you are toting a very fine line, dude. And my advice to you is I would tote a different one because your life ain't going to
Well,
be easy.
here's the thing. I don't believe a lot of atheists accuse me of believing what I want. But to be honest, I don't want to believe in hell. There are certain things I don't want to believe, but I believe them because they're true. And I submit to God because I know he's the way, the truth, and the life. And so when it comes to issues like this, and it seems like the homos always get brought up. Look, I don't advocate just,
Let's not use the derogatory slang. I know that's one. Skylar's channel got took out for that. So I did use it because that's what the kids said. But let's not use the slang. Let's say homosexual people at least have that. I mean, that's on my channel. You can do what you want on yours.
well, all I know is it seems like you're going through a lot. And, I think I go through a lot too. So I can relate to you. But I really hope that one day you get things right here, man. Like, you don't necessarily have to agree with me, but the reason that I care so much for you, man, is because I believe there's a hell, and I do believe that we go to hell not because we just reject Jesus, but because we're sinners.
All right. Will you point out to me in the original Jewish text where it talks about hell?
In the original Jewish text,
Yeah, they had the original, the Jews before Christianity came along, and I'm not sure how Jews foresee hell now. They might have been influenced by Dante as well and other stories, but there used to be a very, very, very different concept of hell than what there is now. It wasn't all fire and brimstone like it is now. It wasn't a pit of fire. That comes pretty much from Dante's Inferno, as well as other classical tales of fiction. So, I mean, if you believe in Dante's Inferno, I mean, that's like me saying I believe in Harry Potter.
well, let me ask you this: what gives a person's soul more value? A person that has a soul, or just a person that dies without a soul?
What? Every single person has value, Matt. Even you, even you
Well,
do.
that's not my question. I'm asking if somebody had a soul, would that give them more value, or would they have less value without a soul?
They'd be a human being. I don't believe in a soul.
Okay.
I think it's a
Let me ask you
silly
this. Let
concept
me ask you this.
for other people.
Let me ask you this. If there was two ladies that they were both gonna die, and one of them was pregnant, and you had the choice to save either the single lady or the lady that was pregnant, and you had to make a decision, who would you save and why would you save them?
I've heard you do this argument. I mean,
I've never asked that question
oh
before.
my God, yeah, you have. All right, so if it wasn't you, then you're regurgitating Kent Hovind right now. I've heard this question word for word before. It would depend on the situation, and I'm sure like it was either Godless Engineer or Skylar. One of them gave you the. I mean, you asked this question before. I'm going to save the person depending on the situation that's going to require it the most. I'm going to try to save both if I can. If I can't, I'm going to save who I could. I'm not going to base it upon whether she's pregnant or not. I'm going to base it upon the situation. You know, the fact that she's pregnant, your emotional response.
Hey, Skylar, I got to run. I'm sorry.
All right. Well,
we'll talk on the phone later.
I do have a confirmation. You are willing to go on a neutral site, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll let you
go. All right, Matt. I appreciate you coming on.
No problem. Bye-bye.
All right. Matt, if you're still listening, I know you had to go. You know, you saying a thing is one thing, but you getting children to say a thing is something completely else. And the fact that you can't, I mean, let me ask you guys in the chat, and I haven't really been paying attention to you guys. I've been trying to approve as I've seen that come up, but if I failed to approve something, I'm sorry. Does he know? I mean, he knows, right? He knows. He saw my video. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure he commented on that video, but don't quote me on that. I'd have to go back and look, because it might have been one of the Matt Powell stupid videos. But he knows what he did. I mean. So what do you guys think? Would that be, I mean, Skylar Fiction and Dr. Josh have been talking about this like thing on digital fiction that they want to do, where Dr. Josh is the judge and Skylar is like the lawyer. What do you guys think? Darth, yeah, I want to have an open forum, so yes, you can come on. Different time zones, we can work that out. Shoot me an email tomorrow. I am going to be in Grand Rapids, unless it's like completely ice outside, because we have a doctor's appointment with my daughter, so I won't be back till late Friday, and we'll get back to this schedule here. Let me see what you guys are saying. So yeah, email me, Darth, and I'll put my email in there. All right. So you guys are saying I want to discuss your rhetorics. All right. Yeah, I'm more than willing to discuss that. So, yeah, I'd be more than willing to have you on. Jack Moody at The Raging Atheist. You atheists are stupid. Thank you, Jack Moody. Nakasuchi, I think you need to keep some notes around for when they pull some loaded crap or word games. Yeah, you're probably right. I should probably start doing that. Don't call names. I know, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun. And it did. I mean, it got them on here once I started calling them names, didn't it? But yeah, and I'm going to stay to my word until, he starts backing out or whatever. No more Matt Powell videos until we do this live thing. I'm going to reach out to some people and we'll see what we can't work out. He'll never apologize. No, he won't. He'll never admit to it. And I don't think he'll show up for this, but he committed to it. You guys heard him. So we'll see. Although, Matt, I am going to have to change the name of this conversation. No, it will be a Matt Powell name. And I'm going to have to put your lovely picture on the thumbnail. Insulting spreads hate. All right, so we have plenty of people in our community, guys, that are going about it the nice, gentle way. And this was bred more out of my political frustrations than anything. But the reason I'm the raging atheist is I don't want to be fucking nice. I don't want to be nice. They can be disingenuous little shits, and we take the high road every time, and it doesn't change, right? It's time to start treating them like the disingenuous shits they are. So, I mean, you know, I'm not big on PC shit, and that's what makes me the raging atheist. So I do take that criticism and I understand it, and I am going to try to tone it down a little bit. I do understand it, but at the same time, I'm going to be me, and it's time to stop fucking with these people. It's time to stop giving them that high road, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work with conservatives on the right. So, I mean, I'm just done with that shit, guys. I'm done being nice, you know, so, you know, no disrespect. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying. And as far as the cigarettes, guys, I know I hate doing this. I really try not to do it when I'm online. I'm blowing it out this door that's right here. But I can't stop. And the damn pipe with the tobacco was nasty. I can't stop. I'm going to get Chantix as soon as I'm working again, guys, but I am very, very broke. I'm very, very broke. It is no joke. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. But, you know, it's like, you know, tight ration type shit right now. And then once I get the new job, it's the best job I've ever had. It's going to be more money than I've ever made. And now I'm actually going to have income coming from YouTube as well. Whatever little bit helps. So yeah, things are going to get a lot better for me. And then I'm going to get Chantix and I'm going to quit this shit. Although I can't promise I'm going to quit weed. I can't promise that, guys. So let's see what else. Are you afraid Matt Slick will make you cry? I just really handled Matt Slick. Like, who is Matt Slick? Are you talking about Matt Powell, or is Matt Slick somebody different? Because if it's somebody different, I don't know who you're talking about. Who's Matt Slick? If you're talking about Matt Powell, I mean, I just had him on my channel. I just once again confronted him, and I'm not crying, bitch. Darth Killer at Raging Atheist. You can be aggressive raging without making ad hominem fallacies. That's a subtle difference. Yes, and I will let you voice your grievances. You know, whatever you want to say. And I do agree. I do need to tone it down. I need to really think about things now a little more responsibly. Yes, I am considering all of that. And, you know, that's one of the things I'm not happy with my performance and with Evolution False and with Jill, even though I think I handled Jill, is that I think I need to be more patient. I tried to do that with Matt Powell there. So, I mean, I think I did a pretty good job there. Yeah, and I'm going to be me, guys. I'm going to be me. Yeah, honey and all that. Yeah, I do agree. And sometimes it is required, you know, like with Pastor Wilson, if he turns out to be a legit pastor and is just trying to do good, but we cannot, I mean, these guys, I mean, this is an atrocious worldview. We have to combat it and call them what they are. We can't normalize these people. And he is correct, because it's been normalized for so long. Let's denormalize this shit. You know, let's stop treating these people. I mean, they're still human beings. I'm a humanist. I try to make that perfectly clear to Matt. I still see value in him as a human being, and I still have hope that he'll come to a more liberal ideology, but he's not going to come to it if we're being nice to him. He's just not. And I tried to be nice to him there. I tried to give him a chance to speak, and you know, I'm really not that mad at him. He needs to understand that he misrepresented me. You are a chicken. Who is Matt Slick, dude? I don't know who who is Matt Slick? Anybody know who Matt Slick is? Tell me who Matt Slick. I was look him up. I'm not scared. If he'll come on my channel and talk to me, or if he'll have me on his channel, I'll go. I don't pretend to know things I don't. If I misspeak, I'll admit if I find out I'm wrong. It's what I'm asking about this whole damn name thing with the whole Jill debate. I think I might be wrong about that. I want to get some more input. Dude, each Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern to participate, and go to apologeticslive.com just after it starts. I'll check them out. I don't know who the hell Matt Slick is. You know, I'm sure that coming from you, I'm gonna really love this guy, whoever you are. You're proving to be quite Matt Powell like. Be raging. Thank you. Yeah, I think it is what makes me different. I think it's genuine. I am me. This is who I am. I'm an emotional person. And I'm just aggravated with this shit, dude. It's aggravating. Like I made it. That was a perfectly good appeal, dude. You go along this line, motherfuckers here in Michigan ain't gonna take that shit. Now, I don't know what the law will do, but eventually a motherfucker gonna get mad. And people here are crazy. Just because you're gay doesn't mean you don't have a gun. Matt, you are opening yourself, like, just you're opening yourself to some hatred here, and this whole kid thing is just messed up. And for you, Jack Moody, are you perfectly fine with somebody indoctrinating a 12-year-old to go out in public preaching hate speech? I really like Aaron Ra. I haven't watched any of his debates recently, but I did watch a bunch way back in the day. It's an arrogant, smug theologian cuck. So yeah, this weekend, guys, I'm going to have Atheist Rationale on at 4 p.m. on Friday. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be in Grand Rapids, but I do have a lot of edited videos to get out. I got about 15 more minutes before I need to start cooking dinner. So 4 p.m. Friday, Eastern time, Atheist Rationale is going to come on. We're going to talk about or maybe I can't talk about Matt Powell. I just make a promise. So we'll try to not talk about Matt Powell, but we will be talking about the new IFB. I didn't say I wouldn't talk about the new IFB. And we will talk about his video that is getting some buzz right now that he put on Godless Iowans channel. So we'll be talking about that and show up and give him support. He's a young YouTuber. I think he's sitting at about close to 500 subs right now, so he could use all the support he can get. Very tentatively, I'm gonna have to check my emails later tonight, but very tentatively, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, Standing for Truth is going to come for a discussion. Standing for Truth is a internet troll I've seen. He's been trying to get a hold of me since last August. Since now that I'm doing this live thing, I'm going to have him on, and right now that's tentative. And then, as I said, Saturday, I'm trying to set it up with Pastor Wilson. I don't know who this guy is, but he's supposedly a legitimate pastor. So I am going to try to find him and see what he's about. And hopefully that I'm a little scared because I can't find his channel, but I'm really hoping he's a legitimate pastor and I can have a legitimate conversation with clergy. So I'm really hoping that will happen. And yeah, like I said, I have a lot of videos. RA is a legend. I'm not yet. We're growing, guys, and it's thanks to you. Some of y'all out there are sharing my videos because I see it's showing up in my analytics. Matt Slick destroyed Aaron Ra. I highly doubt that. Failed to find your Gmail. All right, here, I'll put it in the chat for you. All right. Yep, that's right. Yeah, send me an email. I'll be looking at those later tonight. So I'm going to confirm with Pastor Wilson and Standing for Truth, hopefully. I did see that Jill was in my comment section recently. So Jill, he got a little heated with Jill. I was a little frustrated, but I think I kind of warmed up to him a little bit. He wasn't as bad in person. He wasn't as shitty in person as he is when he's trolling the chat. So JesusIs Lord, if you're listening, I'd like you to come back on sometime as well. I want to give you more of a chance to talk than I did with our last conversation. I am disappointed in myself with that part of it. I want to thank you guys for all the great comments I've been getting. Before I forget, I am putting out a lot of videos this week. It's probably going to get annoying. I'm trying to empty out my computer. So I still have an Earl video out. I'm back and forth on Earl, whether I'm going to actually put this out or just delete it. It's a little silly, but at the same time, it's a little fun. So I'm not sure, but I do got an Earl video. I got 2 more Brent Keen response videos that are done that I'm going to get out this week. I just made a vow, so I can't put out my the clip of Surrey's channel with me and Matt Powell. So I'm not going to put that one out. And I think I might have, I have Paul and Morgan. So I'm going to get all of that out this week. So I'm going to put out another video tonight. Maybe Earl, maybe not. We'll just see if I decide to put Earl out. But there will be lots of content. And like I said, I'm going to be doing some live events this weekend. And yeah, we'll be doing that. See what you guys are saying before I still got about 10 more minutes. So if you guys have any questions, if I missed any questions, now would be the time to ask. And as always, I always rewatch these, usually 2 or 3 times to try to analyze my talking points where I could do better. And trust me, guys, I'm going to be the raging atheist. I explained that, but I do take criticisms to heart, and I do see some of this, I do see where I need to maybe tone it down. Please annoy us. Yeah, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me, guys. And like I said, if you guys ever see though, and I do want you guys to feel free. If you see me in a debate or even in a response video, if one of my talking points are off point or just straight wrong, please let me know, because I don't want to be wrong. So please let me know that. Ever looked into Jesse Lee Peterson's? Yeah. I've seen a couple videos of him. I was introduced with the Jacqueline Glenn debate that she did with him. I've thought about doing him. See, the thing with, now that I've been finding this atheist community and I've been communicating with people, I'm seeing that people do some of the things that I do. Girl Defined and Paul and Morgan, I've only done one Paul and Morgan, but that, I don't want to just do things because everybody else is doing them. So I want to be careful of that. I want to stay original. Now I have noticed, like, I'm surprised that not many people are covering MMA Jenkins. She's gold. I'm like, I think, how isn't everybody not on MMA Jenkins? Jack Moody at the Raging Atheist. Still my pattering heart, Jack. So are you going to debate Matt Slick this Thursday, or are you chicken? I just said Thursday I am going to Grand Rapids, Dick. So you call me chicken if you want. I'm going to look at him and decide if I would talk with him. I'm really sick of talking to disingenuous people, if you haven't been able to tell, Dick. Ken is a laughing stock. Yeah, Ken is a laughing stock. What could a sane person even say to Matt Slick? Like, I really need to look at this dude. I have no idea who he is. Adelinda, Dragon Queen, at the Raging Atheist. Wouldn't it be funny if every time a pastor and their followers started spewing forth their hateful and bigoted shit, a laugh track would play to shut them up? Yes, that would be great. I think more of us should do that. Should be our activism, right? Just have like a little, it could be a laughing device or a farting noise, just a little noise machine, and just really, yeah, fuck with these people. That's what I'm saying. It's time for this PC shit to be done. It's time to win this war. Now, there is a time for it. If the conversation is genuine, there is a time for it. But if they're going to be disingenuous actors, then treat them like disingenuous actors. That's my opinion. I am fairly certain that my work with that Christian vlogger is going to have a very big different tone than my conversation with Evolution False, because there is a genuineness there that is lacking in the other. Thirsty. All right, let's see. Raging Eighth. Dude, don't be an asshole. I just told you I'm going to be in Grand Rapids. It's an 1.5-hour drive. My daughter has diabetes. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Seriously, don't be a dick. You think I'm going to drop my daughter's doctor's appointment for Matt Slick? Yeah, suck my balls. All right. All right. That's an insult to Chris Reeves. Bet you dropped the soap on purpose. I did in prison. What else can I talk about? I had something else I wanted to talk about. I was going to talk about challenging Matt to a neutral ground. So I'm going to have to reach out to some people I've never reached out to before. I did do some work with Skylar, so I think that would be the best. And I just that format he was talking about, I think would be best for me and Matt. So we'll see if he'll jump on that. All right. Also, Brother Diamond of VaticanCatholic.com would destroy you in a debate. Dude, yeah, I mean, I'll talk to people. You want to call it a debate? I'll talk to people. Watch Logic tearing up Kent. And I'm going to watch Logic. Cyrus was talking to me about Logic. And I'm going to check him out. Finding time is hard. Finding time is hard, but I'm not filming this week, so I'm trying to get all these videos out on my computer. So I'm trying to catch up on lots and lots of new people, man, lots and lots of new people. I can't watch some who berate someone and ask donations. Yeah, dude, that's one thing about YouTube that I don't like is the people that ask for it. You know, I'm kind of bad with that stuff too, but like it just seems to me, I don't know. Kind of, I don't know, dirty in a way, but I understand that people they get to a point and they don't work and like I like it when, it's a compliment when you get the super chats, but at the same time, like, like Brett Keane, who's got it pasted all over his screen, please give me everything you got because I'm too lazy to work. Get a job. Pray to God for your daughter. Man, don't talk about my kid, dude. You guys always do that shit. I just made a video about Brett Keane doing that shit. Your God isn't going to heal my daughter's diabetes. A doctor is. Sorry, I just got a message from my daughter. She's like, Daddy, stop. I'm hungry. 5 more minutes, sweetie. 5 more minutes. I want to do it as a hobby. I hope YouTube is a job. I'm growing. I've always said that even once YouTube does start paying enough to where I would think about maybe leaving my job, that I would keep working. But I would really love to spend 100% of my time on my creative ventures instead of spending at least 40 hours a week slaving for a corporation that, and as a progressive, I would love not to have to work for corporations anymore. Although I am going to work for a really good corporation. I'm really excited about who I'm going to work for. So Jack, why not debate him yourself? Yeah, Jack, dude, you can come on, man. This is an open forum here. I don't have time now, but I put my email in the chat. You can get it. I will more than love to have you come on. I will let you speak. I'll try not to cut you off, but I'm pretty bad about that. But I will let you say your thing, man. You come and address the raging atheist instead of being a keyboard warrior. Give me the link to debate you. I just told you I can't do it right now. My daughter is paging me to make her dinner. I'm a dad. Dude, email me and I'll set it up. Fuck. All right, you're a little bitch. I'm sorry. People's like, don't call names. This dude's a little bitch. If you're not scared, you will email me instead of challenging me to a debate 15 minutes after I told you I had to leave. That's fucking chicken right there, dude. Come on now. Stop being oh man. All right. Oh, Jack, you're classic, dude. Jack, do you have a son named Guzman? Yeah, fuck you at Jack Moody. That's such a coward thing to do. Do you not even see how coward that is, Jack? You're gonna wait till after I say I have to leave. After you hear my daughter message me, I'm sure you heard it. You're gonna be like, "Hey, debate me. You've been talking shit this whole time, and now you're like, debate me, dude." No, no. Watch everyone. He won't contact Matt Slick. We'll see if I do or if I don't. We'll see. I'm busy. I am going to check him out. We'll see. Just Jack Moody, just because you say I should talk to somebody doesn't mean I have to talk to somebody. What do you think? You calling me a chicken hurts my feelings? I'm an adult. You must be like, I think you're Guzman. You're 12. Yeah. And as we're seeing right now, and she's in there, she's like, Dad, get off, damn it. She don't say damn it, but this one guy is Chris too, but at least he isn't being an asshole. Yeah, I mean, you can be Christian and not be a dick, yeah, this one guy, I will definitely have you on. Like I said, yeah, you've been in here quite a bit, and you're usually pretty respectful. And even if you weren't, I'd still let you on. But yeah, I'd like to have you. You're more than welcome to come on my channel. I'm gonna go ahead and put my email back in the link one more time, and then I am gonna be taking off, guys, because it is time for dinner and to do her shot. So I'm really glad that Matt Powell decided to grace us with his presence and at least talk face to face with me about misrepresentation. I'm really sorry he's not being honest about it, but you guys saw it. I'm gonna, he agreed to it. I'm going to be reaching out to Scholar Fiction first. Now, if Scholar won't work, then I'll reach out to Non Sequitur Show or Cirrus or something like that. But I think that format with Scholar Fiction that he's talking about would be perfect for this. So I think that we would be a perfect duo for that format. All right, there is my email address one more time. I want to thank you guys for coming, hanging out with me. If I did miss something in the comment section that I feel needs to be addressed, I will leave a comment in the comment section. So if I saw something in the chat that I feel needs to be addressed, and check back, maybe I addressed it. I hope you guys enjoyed another conversation with Matt Powell. And yeah, I'm going to start uploading another video soon, so I'll have more content out soon. As always, I'm your boy Nakasuchi. This is The Raging Atheist. Once again, surprise visit. All right, I will see you guys later.